Right, let's give that a go. If you're just joining with me, just bear with me a sec. I'm just trying to get the chat up. I'll talk about some of the problems I've had in a minute. It's always the same when I try and stream. Right, that is actually working. I think if I go to the video and I want to mute it. Oh, sorry about the echo there. And live chat. Pop out. Right, let's just see. If anyone joins, please just send a message in chat. And of course, it goes without saying, if the volume level's too loud on the music and stuff, just tell me, and I'll turn it down. I can't make the mic any louder. I can move the mic nearer to me. Hey! Thank you, Starlight. So what's the volume level like? Is that okay? Can you hear me over the background music there? You wouldn't believe how long it's taken to get the mic working, and I have this problem every single time I try using OBS. It's the convoluted way that they've set it up in Windows 10. You know, you've got like manage input devices, and then you've got audio mixing devices, and they can output onto output devices. So you can have your mic outputting onto either your speakers or your capture thing, and it's like you start to get echoes and the things. I've spent an hour trying to get it right. Hang on, lost the chat now. That's what happens when I detach the chat, it's like, it's gone. There it is. Right, got the chat up. Someone said, not too bad, I would say. Great. Right, let me just come out of this. Now I think we've got the volume level right, and the mic seems to be working. Got major latency, but that's always the problem I have when I'm using the Elgato here. Well, it's not really the Elgato. That adds like, I think, 1 or 2, maybe 3 frames of latency, but it's the HDMI upscaler I've got. It's really pants. So I'm still on the phosphate, which is why I'm drinking Coke. Right, so this stream is really something I've been meaning to do for quite a while. The TerribleFire TF1260, you've seen the video for that. And the initial firmware, I could run at a 50 and I couldn't go beyond anything else. It didn't matter which LC processor I used, I couldn't go beyond 50 megahertz. Hang on a sec. Let's just go into AK. I've got a temperature sensor in here. You've seen this before, the Amiga kit sensor temperature thing. I've got a terrible echo and it's really putting me off speaking. If we go into the sensor's display, let's just have a look, because it has been on for blooming ages, an hour, while I've been trying to get this working. So we're up to 44.3 degrees. Now the key is we're running at 95 megahertz. This is the amazing thing with the latest firmware. Steve worked on it over Christmas. I meant to get a video up over Christmas, but I got ill. I got norovirus around the time I was doing that stuff with the SID card and stuff. So yeah, it kind of just knocked everything out. And then with things that have come in that I've needed to work on to get out, it's just really delayed me getting on with this. But if I go into sysinfo, I think it's under work volume. Trying to find it now. There it is. And if we do a speed test, I'm not sure it shows the CPU speed there, does it? It may do when it's finished doing the test. It's saying 7.09, that's lame. Look at the speed there though, and Drystone's 70,152. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely nuts. Right, let me just have a look at the chat to see if we've got anyone joined. Stephen may join. Oh, he's there. Hello. Hi, Stephen. So, hi, Starlight Carfor, Dwayne Dibley, Slovu Grumpy Modeler. I've watched a few of your videos, Grumpy Modeler. I like the planes and stuff. He does, RC planes and things and jets and stuff, and just watching him take them off and land them is amazing stuff. And on the same subject of planes, Stephen actually flies real planes. Stephen is a pilot. Maybe not people know that. Oh, cat jumping up. Right, it's really distracting, the echo. I have to admit, it's totally putting me off, so just bear with me. Let's have a look at drive speed, because this was, hang on, cat's in the way. This is the other thing, the firmware addressed something to do with drives. I think there was a bit of a bug there. It was going so fast, I had 5.7 meg, and I think it was just too fast. It's sort of borderline on the edge of some sort of level of compatibility somewhere. Hang on, let me just get rid of that bar. There we go. And if we do, let's do DAH0. Now I forget which of these is the the native 1200 IDE drive. It'll be that one, 2.5 meg. So that's one of the built-in drives. Let's just do DH0. Should be around 4.7. There you go, 4.7 meg. So that's pretty good, isn't it? Stock 1200, generally you'd be amazed if you get over, say, 1600K. So 4.7 meg, that is nuts. Let's come out of there. I'll just have a quick look in AIBB. Now bear in mind this is an LC CPU, but the key is it's running at 95 megahertz. It's incredible that Stephen's managed to squeeze that out of LC CPUs. Where's AIBB now? The problem is here I've got like a really small view. I could maximise it. Let me see if I can do that actually. Yeah, I'm probably going to break it if I do that. So let's just go into the AIBB. Hope you've all had a good weekend, by the way. Bank holiday. Yeah, you can see there 93.4, 93.7. So it's not quite 95. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but 94. Let's just do an integer math maybe. We'll just do a few of these. Look at that, it's right up there. Look how much faster than a 4040. It's insane, absolutely insane. We'll do a floating point math. Obviously this shoots up significantly if you've got a full, an RC 060 with the FPU and stuff. But it's insane how fast that is. Right up there. Do a dry stone. Just catch up with the chat. So, Joseph Neal, hi. Yeah, TerribleFire, yes, 94 megahertz. Yeah, so I was out there by a megahertz. It's true. Soon to be a flight instructor. Wow, that's incredible, Stephen. Yeah, great job. You're now the third pilot I know. It's really weird. It's like the people I've come across in my life, they all end up becoming pilots as a part-time hobby. My garage, the garage I take my car to, he was telling me last time about all the lessons he's been having flying. He's now a qualified pilot as well. And my friend Dr. Andrew, he as a hobby again, in his spare time, he studied to become a pilot, and I think he's a qualified pilot as well. But I'll tell you what the pattern is, all three of them, genius guys. The people who've reached the top of their professions and they studied and studied and studied, etc. So yeah, there's a lot to be said about pushing yourself. I should say that Chris helped massively with the testing phase. Thank you, Stephen. I felt like I didn't do enough, to be honest. One of my problems is, trying to run my channel and stuff. It's really difficult trying to find the time, especially when some of these things do need a lot of time, and I'm editing and trying to do the actual repairs and get the parts in and get things out, and that's the problem. There's not enough hours in the day. Lee G, hi everyone, 32 bits, 95 megahertz, nice. John Green, hey guys. Sorry if I miss any of your messages here. At the moment we're just focused on the chat. So anyway, let's just get back to the desktop. I've forgotten how you do this now. It's right click, isn't it? Quit. So, what can we try? I'm reluctant to load Frontier because we've seen it all to death, haven't we? I might just try just a few random games and things from new homebrew. Oh, I'll tell you what I can do. I can show you Scummvm, and I showed that in the review of the TF1260, and it just runs so much better now. It really does. I think with a full 060 running at 100 megahertz, it would be, obviously even better, because the executable running here is aimed at an 030. So the 060, it's super scalar, isn't it? A bit like the Pentium. So you've got like multiple pipelines and things, and if you compile something that for a native, for 060, it's going to run an awful lot better than it would run in 030 code on an 060, I think. So let's just do Day of the Tentacle. I'll just start that. You can just watch the intro. I'm not sure if it's going to be loud enough. Can't hear that at all. That's weird. Oh yes, I can. Why is it so quiet? Let's turn it up. Yeah, hopefully you can still hear me over that. It's mysterious how that just went so quiet. There's a bit of a graphical glitch there, but I've noticed that on this version of Scummvm, it doesn't always happen. Just let me know if you can hear the sound on that intro.
I'm thirsty. I don't think you should drink that. It looks bad for you. Nonsense.
Someone said, who was that? Lol the top. I'm not sure what you mean. Does it run Prince of Persia without slowdown when the gates go down? I'm honestly not sure. I didn't know there was an Amiga version of Prince of Persia. Dale's here. Hello mate. Hi. Dwayne Dibley. Sound fine to me. I can hear it. That's great. Sound is good.
Like I could.
Yeah, it's so very close to the PC, isn't it? There are small delays there, as you can tell, as it's spooling stuff in from disk. Like there, a little pause there, wasn't there? But this part here is pretty seamless. The loading is really well optimised on this. As the game starts, you do notice a bit of a slowdown. You'll see that.
Like we could bite its head off or whatever.
Hands off that hamster.
Friend of yours, Bernard?
He belongs to Weird Ed Edison, and it looks like
Let's
he's
try
brought
and
us
keep
a
an eye
note.
on chat. Where are we going? Retro Robbins, Gadget UK, love your videos. Gives me good reference what to look for myself. Keep up the great channel. Thank you very much. Very nice to receive positive feedback. Because I know I ramble a lot. It's like some of my videos, I watch them back afterwards and I think, oh, why didn't I edit that out? I say the same thing 2 or 3 times. And part of that is just time. I found that some of the better edited videos, the ones where I've not only just like watch clips as I've edited them, I edit them, get towards the end of it and then rewatch it back, but then leave it overnight, watch it back the following day, and you'd be amazed at how many bits I think, well, okay, I've said that once or twice already, let's cut that, add a bit in that, because something doesn't make sense, etc. For me, editing, I think they get the best if I put too much effort in. Others, overwatch it. But that tends to be not the way I do a lot of editing. I tend to try to get through it all in one long hit in one day and just watch it through once at the end, and as a result, usually after doing editing all day, you're usually that exhausted by watching it so many times that you just like, oh, it'll do. Which, yeah, that's the thing I regret a little bit, really. My channel's always been like that. I think what I'm trying to say is it's not the best I could do. It's like that with anybody who's in a video. You come to a point where you think, is there any point? Why would I want all my videos to be really, really, really perfect? You're just trying to convey the useful information and stuff, aren't you, at the end of the day? Prince of Persia slows down stock A1200 and with a TF534 and 536. It's weird. I'll see if we can try that. Audio okay, thank you, Mark. Ryo, And hello, Gadget. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing good. Yes, I am. Thank you. I just need to keep an eye on my wife sending messages. She's away at the moment. Room service pizza, £2. I hope it's better than £2 worth. Daily Tentacle is great. I haven't played this since the 90s. Yeah. It is one of my favourite games. I've got so much nostalgia for playing this on the PC. I just got an AWE32. I'm trying to think what spec my machine was. It was a 4860 X266 at that point. And I played this following on from Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. I just loved the way the LucasArts did the Scum games. You know, fantastic music, amazing animation, and they had really good puzzles and things to solve. The stories were always, you know, really interesting and engaging. Oh, Rose is back again. Are those screen flashes glitches? I honestly didn't notice. I think there are some there on the intro when the lights are flashing as the car goes round the bends and things like that. As I say, I think if I got a native 060 version of Scummvm on a full 060, I don't think those would occur. I think it's some sort of little glitch, probably because it's, you know, it's aimed at 030 and it's running on the 060. Ben Harvey, I've been watching your Neo Geo repairs, just got a 2-slot with graphics issues and your videos have been perfect. Thank you very much. Should have another 2-slot video coming soon actually. I got one for Stephen Leary. I haven't collected it yet. It's been delivered to a local, what do you call it, a drop point. Ow, ow, ow. Cat's eating me. I think she's going a bit senile actually, because she's, every now and again, she starts to bite. And ow! All right, stop. Come on, let's go and get you something to eat. Hang on, she's gonna have to go and deal with this cat before she eats me. Let's bear with me a sec. Right, so you could see there was a bit of slowdown. If I hang on, go over here and interact with something, you see there's a bit of a jerk there, wasn't there? Visually, doesn't always occur. Now you saw there was a pause.
There's something funny about that clock.
So yeah, when you interact with things, there is a little bit of a pause there. I actually think this is one of those things. It's about disk throughput. You know, 4.7 meg per second. I reckon if you had some sort of SCSI 2 device where you're getting about 8 or 10 meg, then maybe you wouldn't notice it so much. But anyway, it's totally playable. Let's just quit out of that. What I'll do is I'll just go and feed Rosa before she eats me. In the meantime, I'll just quit out of this. And I'll just load, what's the other one? Sam and Max. I'll just let you look at that while I just nip away, just for 10 seconds. Sam and Max hit the road. Yeah, I'll catch up with chat in a minute when I get back. Yeah, so there's a bit of flickering there, but as I say, it doesn't always do that. Right, I won't be a sec.
We've only gone out together 3 times, and already you're telling me you just want to be friends? You never gave me a chance, and for that... you'll fry like a pork sausage.
Not that I don't like you, it's just that, well, you're too nice a guy, I guess. I think I'd rather go out with someone more a bit unpredictable.
Right, I'll just try and catch up. Someone said sound loading. Yes, you do get little pauses where it loads stuff in. Like, I don't know, parts of the animation and the sounds and things.
This doesn't look like the Lincoln Tunnel, Sam.
But this does run so much better than the original firmware.
Looks to me like a marginally volatile hostage situation, Max.
2 cats. We've got 3 cats. Got Luigi, Yoshi, and Rosa. Rosa's pretty old now, though. She's 18 years old, and what I was trying to say before, I think she's going a little bit senile because she's like really funny about food. Every 10 minutes she wants to eat something, and it's not the usual problem where they start to have kidney problems and things where they're hungry and stuff all the time. It seems to be like a behavioural thing. Steven says, by the way, these cards are all available all over Amiga, Chucky, Alan PBC, Super Duper, an Amiga store website selling them. Yes, I saw a review, I forget what it was called now, 10-minute Amiga something cast, I can't remember what it is now, but he's just done a review on the 1260 and he got his from amigastore.eu.
Huh? He's not a real guy, Sam. Can I keep his head for a souvenir?
Yeah, I've still got another TF1260 to build. I bought a PCB. Well, I had it donated actually. It was donated by Payback on Discord. And I got some 060 sockets. So yeah, I will be building another one. But I think my plans with that, I'm probably going to give that to a channel. I need to think where to give it to. But I was thinking of giving it to someone that streams Amiga games and things. It would be quite cool for them to be able to have an 060, I think. But that's when I can get the CPLDs. Everything's out of stock in it, like 12 to 18 months, that's the problem. Keith McGurr, hello all. Paul Irving, the cats are on heat at the moment, mine is. Yeah, it's the weather, isn't it? Retro Robbins, there's nothing wrong with the way you do your videos, so there's nothing wrong with rabbiting on. And it's all bare bones, YouTube comments, and it's honest. Thank you very much. And we even watch you make your mistakes and learn from them. Yeah, thank you. We don't make these errors, so it's good to watch and enjoy the channel, and always do. Thank you very much. See, oh hang on, yeah, I'm not watching what's going on. You get a pause there, I don't know what that is, that just seems to be the game engine. I think you might have to click the mouse or press space. Maybe not. Might be both buttons. Yeah, it is. I don't know why it does that. Anyway, we'll load something else in a sec. ZX Renew, hello, evening all. I have a video coming up actually on a Spectrum Harlequin build. I've got the parts there from ZX Renew. Hello, Keith McGurr. I've still got that HID device, isn't it? Like a USB controller adapter. I've got to have a look at that shortly. So thank you very much for sending that. Pete Sweeney, nice. First time seeing face of the voice of the legend. Thank you. You're too kind. Sounds like Carl Felix. Dave Pooh 2. Hello, Mr. Cudgett. Hello, Dave. I'm new to your channel. I haven't really had a chance to watch any of your videos really yet, but I did watch, what was it? It was that MIDI repair you did the other day. I've almost finished watching it. You know, it's like all these things, trying to find the time, but I'll finish watching that. But I was pleased and impressed with the way you tackled it stuff, and yeah, I think you got it working actually, but I've just got to watch the end bit. I would definitely reward myself at the 1200. Dave Poo 2. Watch the floppy repair today, very informative. You can sink hours into fixing those things. Yeah, you can, and it highlights an interesting thing is that I think one of my friends, Stu Roro, he was one of the first people to watch it on Discord, and one of his comments was, is it worth spending this sort of level of time fixing a floppy drive? Is there any point, you know, kind of thing, because these things are so cheap. And he's right, he's absolutely right. It's like there is no point in spending, like as I did, you know, 10 hours fixing a floppy drive that you could just replace for 15 quid or something. You know, and you could fit a Gotek, but it's not all about the money, is it, at the end of the day? It's about keeping the hardware going, and if we did that with every single floppy drive, 10 years from now there wouldn't be any. They'd all be in the bin and everyone would have Goteks. So, yeah, sometimes it's not cost effective, but it's certainly worth doing. That Archimedes was a good example of that 3000. Was it worth literally months of my time I put in to fix it? I would say yeah. Would I want to rush to do another one? Absolutely not. Not to that level, with that level of corrosion. But anyway, you've seen enough of that. You can see it runs really well. I'll be honest, the intro and stuff obviously runs better than the actual game. As soon as you start, as you saw on Day of the Tentacle, as soon as you start interacting with the characters and it has to load in a section, you know, some animation, some speech, you do wait 4 or 5 seconds and then, you know, it continues on. But I think that's more, let's say, about disk speed than anything. I think it could be faster. I also think that it's the way that Scummvm has been written. If it utilised all the RAM, you know, we've got 128 mega RAM here. There's no reason why it couldn't be caching, you know, right at the start, load, you know, a good 20, 30, 40, 64 meg maybe of assets. You know, you maybe could configure it with some switches or something, and then it would be like lightning. I don't think it's working that way. I think it's going off a predefined amount, maybe 8 meg or 12 meg or something, and then it's just managing that amount of RAM, and it's, you know, it's swapping things in and out of it. And I think, you know, you're obviously hitting the disk a lot more there. I'm probably not going to be on much tonight. I'll see if I can find that Prince of Persia actually. I'm not sure if it's on this compact flash card. So just bear with me a sec, hang on. I like the way they're not in alphabetical order there. I don't know why that happens. I'm sure you can do. You could just do a sort like this and they go in alphabetical. Right, I've got to try and find it now. Yeah, I'm going to get quite close to the screen here. Here we go, PR. There it is, Prince of Persia. So, let's see what happens. Retro Robin says, ZX Harlequin build, enjoying doing them. Done 7 now. Wow! Only one that went slightly wrong. Yeah, they are fun to do, but some builds like that with so many parts, I just find them quite difficult. Dave Poos 2 says, I'm going to do more mini videos. Cool. As I say, anybody who's not checked out Dave Poo 2's channel, makes me laugh that name, Dave Poo 2. If you've not checked his channel out, it's worth checking it out. He's not been around for long on YouTube, but he's been doing you know, Amiga repairs, and he's done some stuff on MIDI and stuff recently. And I did notice, but I've not watched them, he's been doing live streams on what's that Sensible software game? Cannon Fodder. So, you know, there's a bit of everything. Some repairs, some MIDI and music stuff, and some gameplays. Grumpy Modeler, I'm going to build a Pi MIDI. Yeah, that sounds cool. I saw that, and that looks like quite a cool project. Paul Irvin had a great watch, but he must be obeyed. He's just called me, so to depart. No worries. Thanks for popping by, Paul. Says it's about preservation. Everyone dies. Yeah, eventually will be none. Exactly. Calm V1CT. Have you ever played Torrens Passage? I haven't played that. I will check that out though. Right, let's just see what happens with this. Was it the doors or something? Oh. You see, it may be one of these things. If there is a delay on here. You do this now. I think you hold fire, don't you, too? Oh! You don't do that. Oh, it's up to jump, isn't it? I pressed fire. I think it may be fire to hold onto an edge. So who was it that said there was some sort of delay or something on this? Where is it? Have you seen it? I'm not seeing any sort of delays on doors yet. Maybe this one? Oh! latency. Jeff Barnard, hello, hello. I loved playing this on the PC when it came out. Oh, that was close. And tactical, I guess, because it opened the door. Yeah, I'm not seeing any kind of slowdown or delay. Seems fine to me. Someone said, yeah, it's slowing down. It happens when you trigger a door. I didn't notice so. Well, maybe there is, but it's like fractional. I think that's going to be a game engine thing. I'd be amazed if it's got anything to do with the TerribleFire, to be honest. I'm trying to find the key now to quit out. There we go. Oh, delete. No, thanks. I don't want to do that. Steven says the Scummvm version of this is really slick. I've not seen that. As you, Scummvms are so rare, aren't they? It's very expensive as well. Almost as expensive as CD TVs. Okay, what is TF1260? Stevens does that. Yeah, low-cost Amiga accelerator. You know, supporting an 060 CPU. Philip Bryden. Cannon Fodder was a great game. Yes, I enjoyed that game. Prince of Persia on Amstrad CPC 2. It's impressive. Is that a recent one? I know there was one that was ported, wasn't there? I think BBC got a recent port of that as well, didn't it? Someone reversed the 6502 version from the Apple II, was it? I think. Right, let's just try something else. There are a couple of modern games worth showing you. Trying to remember what drive they're on. I mean, obviously you can run them at 500, but that's half the fun, isn't it? Having a really super powerful processor and playing some of the basic games and stuff on as well. Let's just see what the temperatures are actually, because it's been running for ages now, hasn't it? Now, I could shorten the life of this by running it at 94 MHz all the time, but yeah, it's not changed much. 46.3 degrees. I'm more concerned about the motherboard temperature actually, 37.7. Oh, the battery's dropped the first time ever. We can leave that there actually. Right, let's just go and try and find that. Those are the games. Oh, there's one there actually. I'm in the right folder. Nightmare. So this is another one of those ones by Hoffman, isn't it? He's done a couple of ports recently from MSX. So he's done this, which is an MSX game, and what was the other one he did? I can't remember the name of it now. I've got it on here. We'll have a look at it in a sec. That's Starlight, not here. Starlight is in the background, an audio artifact. I didn't hear people. It's been a while since I did a live stream, but see another one. Thank you. Yeah, my streams aren't ever really very good. It's just an opportunity to answer some questions. And in this case here, it's like say I want to just get something up on the TF1260 sooner rather than later, and it means I don't have to edit anything. So it's cheap for that. Really. Right now is the best game ever. Yeah, I do quite like this. It starts off a bit slow, as you can see, you move quite slowly, but you get power-ups that speed you up and stuff, don't they? And that's the thing, it's all about the right operating units here. I think some of them shoot, can't they? And they change forms as well, like a weapon, shoot, it changes to different weapons. Game music is too loud. But just, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's like some of these games. You know, some of these games are twice as loud as others. That is one of them. Right, how's that? Hang on. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it sounded loud to me. So yeah, I think hopefully it's not too bad. Just turn down a little bit. There we go. If that's too quiet, just let me know. I'm trying to juggle a load of windows here. Spot on, thank you. Right. Yeah, so Hoffman, he's... I'm not sure, I think he's a musician, isn't he? I think he does loads of stuff in the music side of things, but for whatever reason he's decided to target these two MSX games. So there's this one, and the other one's that... I can't remember the name of it now, someone will post in the comments down below, but it's that game that was on the... Metal, what's it called? Metal Gear. Metal Slug, Metal Gear. Yeah, the original Metal Gear. I think that only came out on the MSX, didn't it? I'm not aware of any of the ports of the original Metal Gear. Obviously, you had Metal Gear Solid, didn't you, on the PlayStation? That's where that came from. It was the second game, effectively. Not many people realise there was an original Metal Gear. Oh. Yeah, it's not easy with latency. I kid you not, the latency is about a second. It's like, I press left, and then maybe a half a second. Yeah, the frozen look. There's a boss coming up, I think. Why is that not flashing? That's weird. MSX is really fun. Yeah, and that reminds me, Stephen was working on, or is working on an MSX board. How did you get on with that, Stephen? Oh. Metal Gear was on the NES as well. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, there's the weapon, isn't it? You can keep shooting it. It changes. A bit like you get on 1942 and some of those Capcom games like that where you shoot the icon and it just toggles through different weapons. That did the same though. Look. Oh, it's going off the screen. Oh. Ah, I think I'm invulnerable now. Yeah. Oh, it's about to run out. Oh, that's not fair. It beeped a few times and then just instantly killed me. Right, let's come out of that. Let's show you hang on, the other one. Yeah, so it was a Konami game. Konami created some really great games, didn't they? Well, Hoffman created this, but you know what I mean. How'd you get out? Must be able to quit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I didn't read the WHD load thing because it's a WHD load version. There was obviously a quick key and I didn't see what it was. But you can see whilst we were playing there, CPU 46.3 degrees at 94 megahertz. Yeah, so let's just have a look. Hang on, I'm trying to think what drive it's on. It's not on that one. Let's just shift that. Oh, it's on one of these. More games, I think. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so you may not have seen this. It's by Magiza, and it's a remake of Super Sprint, and it's kind of like arcade perfect. Again, I'm sorry if I'm missing questions and things in the chat and things like that. That makes me laugh. Support Amiga devs. Winners don't pirate games. Technically, this is pirated because I'm sure they don't have the license to recreate Super Sprint. But yeah, it's good to support developers and things like this. It's a game that no one's really license-wise is fussed about someone recreating. I don't think. Just the way that fades and everything, it's very much like the arcade version. You can see as it changed screen modes there, you can see that's the capture device I'm using, which is awful. Everyone seems to use it, and it's fine for doing general captures, but in terms of gaming online, the latency is, makes it unusable. I'd be interested to see how that box is in the way. Look. I always find it strange when you design a device like that, why have the on-screen display on all the time? Why not allow to be able to switch it off or something? It's like the latency's making this impossible. Where's the car now? Is it steering that way? I don't know why. It's not going left properly. Is it this joystick? I'm starting to wonder if it's the joystick. Yeah, it was. It was the cable. Cable wasn't right. Right, let's try again. Using a cruiser here, by the way. That's my favourite joystick. I know a lot of people like the that one with the square base and 2 square yellow buttons that I forget the name of. What's it called? That? Zipstick. That's it. Yeah, here it comes to it. The TF MSX will be MSX2 Plus compatible. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. The board that Stephen's creating to replace, the MSX hardware. I think it uses some of the original chips, doesn't it? But it's got some FPGA magic. This echoing is making me, like, say, stop halfway with what I'm saying. And it's making me stutter a bit. It's really annoying. Right, let's try again. We're going to wait for that timeout. Yeah. Looks like it supports 4-player. I just did a repair of a Deco cassette system, but the damn thing is 3 hours long. From almost 6 hours of footage. 5 months of work. Right, here we go. Yeah, that's right, it's going left now. The latency is still a problem, but I can't actually steer. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. Backwards, look. Oh. This isn't going to end well, is it? Oh. Oh no. I think you can only crash so many times, can't you? You take damage and then eventually you explode. I'm going to give up on that. Let's just go out. Yeah, that's a WHD load one again, I think. So, Metal Gear. Let me just see if I can find where that is. Oh, is that frozen? Yeah, I hope it's alright. Let's just do Control Amiga. It's probably a consequence of running at 94 degrees for well over an hour, maybe 2 hours. Wow. That's incredible. Timo Momo. You're the chap from Finland, aren't you? I recognise your name. Oh. That's not good. Let's just switch it off. That's incredible. Wow. Thank you ever so much for that. That's such a large amount of money as well. I'm just waiting to see what happens with this. I hope I haven't killed it. Yeah, you do get a second reboot there because I've not got the driver in Kickstart. You can modify the Kickstart, can't you? There's some scripts out there to take all some of the libraries out of it and stuff and add the the EHID file in, so you only get a single boot. But I kind of prefer to keep the Kickstart stock, and then I don't mind the dual boot thing. Yeah, it could be a temperature thing because it's been pretty warm here today. I don't know about where you are, and it has been on for 2 hours solid. But when I've used this lots of times over the last few months, I've played for 3-4 hour sessions at a time, and never had a problem at all. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Timo. It makes such a huge difference. Huge difference. Thank you. I was just going to do something. I can't remember what it was. We'll just check the temperature again, but there was something else I was just thinking. Yeah, it's gone down a little bit, which it's bound to because it's been switched off. Ah, that was it, yeah. I was going to show you. Hang on. I can't do this for long because I'm going to get a copyright strike. Trying to think what drive it's on. Work. Does it work? Where are you? There it is. I'm MP3. Now obviously this is better if you have a sound card or something in there, and I've got a sound card. I've got one of those Delphina ones that was sent to me from Andy T. So I might have a go at fitting that in here. I'm not sure, but if I just load an MP3, it's just a couple of test ones here. I'm not going to play along with this. It's obviously copyrighted. Let's just jump ahead a bit. Here you go. Yeah, modern gas. We're now cooking on modern gas. It's amazing being able to play MP3s on it so well, and it just handles really well, that multitasking stuff. You can use the machine for other things, just leave an MP3 player, and it's just like happy as anything. I couldn't have done that with an 030. I'm sure it would have really, I don't think it would get up to the job at all. So the other one I was going to show you that was that Metal Gear, wasn't it? The other Hoffman one. I mean, technically, I could try a bit of Payback. Let's do some of that. I can use the joystick, I think, with that. And we've got the TF1260 video coming up soon as well. That's on Patreon at the moment. That might be next week or the week after. Possibly next week, actually. But it is just a proto. The version I got is a really early one. Stephen's done so much work on it since. Still can't get over that donation from Timo. That's amazing. Thank you again. RWX Designs. I see you steadily approaching 30,000 subs, Chris. Won't be long before you're there. Thank you. To be honest, it's really slowed down. It's like I get on average about 10 to 20 subs a day, which, is a lot, because bear in mind I started off with none. And it took an awful long time to get maybe up to 100 or 200. But when you compare to other channels, my channel, it just really struggles to gradually grow. It doesn't look like that, but if you compare to some other channels, the other channels just, you look at their graphs, they're going up like that, and I just like gradually climbing. I think I was looking at a thing the other day that predicts, how far you'll be in 5 years and stuff, and it's like not very dissimilar to where I am now. Because 10 or 20 a day is not a lot. The downside to having more subscribers, if I'm honest, is it puts you under more pressure. You feel like you need to do more and more videos. But also, when you do something like this, where we've got a stream and we've only got 20 or 30 people talking and stuff, it's totally, you can interact, can't you? Everyone can interact with each other. Some channels, like I go to like EEV blog, for example, he's got like 700 people in the chat, and it's just like messages flying up the thing. And it's like, how can anybody possibly interact with each other? How do you expect Dave to be able to pick out a message and see something, etc.? It's incredibly difficult, I think, for large channels. So I'd be happy if I just stayed the same I am now, to be honest. Banjo Guy Ollie, evening all. Hello. You should check out his channel if you've not seen Banjo Guy Ollie. He's got a few channels, actually. He's got... I can't remember the name of it now. You'll have to post it. There's Banjo Guy Ollie which obviously does banjo things, does covers and stuff for, popular music, and it's amazing. Some of the stuff, game music, you hear him using a banjo, it's absolutely amazing. It really is. But he's also got like a channel, something like fishing and surfing or something like that, where he does some of the stuff, and he does arcade PCB repairs, all sorts of things, across the few different channels he has. But they're all really good channels, good content, really good videos, and he's a really nice, down-to-earth guy, and very experienced in all of the the things that he does, really, whether it's music or a repair of an arcade board. He's good friends with Stephen. I couldn't understand why. Oh, there we go, answered the phone. So, if you've never seen this is like Grand Theft Auto, isn't it? If you remember the original Grand Theft Auto on the PlayStation and the PC, it looked just like this. Over the top, heads-up display. Oh, you've got to get rid of the cursor here. Let's just click. There we go. If you've got the mouse still floating around there on this, you can't interact with things. I don't know if it's a bug or what. You can't interact with things when you press the fire button. You might even need to press a key. Like that. The box there. Smash that. So we've got to get in this car. I think this is where you've got to press a key, maybe. Enter. I'm on the wrong side, I think. I'm going to go around the side. Let's try that. Ah, there we go. So it says, okay, go ahead to the first checkpoint. Time will start then. Yeah, it brings back so many memories of playing Grand Theft Auto. Oh, why is he parked? I don't know. You can see it runs really well though, doesn't it? I'm trying to watch the map. Hang on, where are we now? Yeah, one of the consequences of trying to do this way on the stream is the screen, for me, is really small. I'm looking at the preview window. So of course, on that map there, it's showing you the little yellow waypoints, and I can't see them. Too small. This is why Jamie Morgan does it right, because he's got like multiple screens. He has one for his chat, and he's got one for his preview, etc. If you're going to do streaming properly, that's what you need to do. Look, the car's on fire now. It's not going to end well, this, is it? I like some of the lighting effects as well as little light glare things you get. Oh, yeah, police car. That's not good. Let's just see if we can explode. Carnage. Let's try and reverse into that stuff. I'm not sure if they still... Did he stay there? Is it like persistent? Or did that police car despawn? He's not doing a very good job of chasing me, is he? Oh, there he is. He's on foot looking about to shoot me. Oh, squished him, I think. I shouldn't laugh, really. But isn't this what everyone did in Grand Theft Auto? Just do all the violent things, crashing into things and blowing up. Zero, what game is this? Payback. So you can get out of the car. I'm just watching that policeman, he just runs straight past me. He seems to be oblivious to the fact I've just committed all those crimes. I don't know where he's gone. But yeah, anyway, you've seen that. Let's come out of that. It runs really well, doesn't it? Quit the tile screen. Yep. Did I choose yes? There we go. Alright, let's just catch up with chat. Don't check out all these channels, they're all rubbish. Trust me, they're not rubbish. I like this. I even like the stuff he does with his puppet, actually. He uses his puppet in a few videos and it always makes me laugh. He did a cover version of something last week with that in, and I nearly wet myself. Oh, look how hot that's got now. 50.2. There you go. But bear in mind, a game like Payback there, it's really, really pushing everything to the extreme, isn't it? To do everything it's just done, throwing all those polygons and stuff around. Scenery Deluxe, I played GTA 2 to death in my youth. Yeah, I played the original one a fair bit on the PlayStation. there's a few patches for this game. Ah, okay. I joined a GTA at GTA 3. Ah, okay. Well, it's worth going back. It's worth going back and having a look at GTA and GTA 2. Right, I'll just see if I can find that Metal Gear. I'm probably going to get off in a minute because it's been on for quite a while now, and it's not overly exciting watching me do this stuff, really. I'm trying to think where it is now. I think I've merged it in here. Let's just do redraw. Oh, redraw sort. I can't see again. It's so small. ME. Hang on. It might not be in this folder. It's not there, is it? Mel Mutant. Oh, I must have put it somewhere else. You can tell I wasn't prepared for this stream. It's just like, I literally just went, shall I do a stream? Yeah, go on then. Spent an hour trying to mess around trying to get the mic working, and then, yeah, no preparation at all. That's not that one. Hexen. Could try. Let's do some Amisphere instead. Actually, this should run pretty well. And I've not tried this since I got the 94 MHz working. Actually, so it'd be interesting to see how this runs. I think it runs really well on an 030. To be fair, I have to cross my arms. Hang on. How'd you go forward? Oh, it's WASD, isn't it? Hey, yeah, that runs really well. Why did someone shoot me then? It might be the door shutting behind me. I noticed the sound on this has gone quite quiet, hasn't it? Can you still hear that? You killed me already. Good God. It's always better to see these things like this and me filming the TV as well. That's another advantage of me doing a stream like this, because you know what it's like. I always like put the camcorder, filming the TV, and there's always a massive light bloom or something whenever I decide to try and film something. But yeah, you can see that's just it's like, you know, super smooth, no latency or anything. It's incredible. That's the exit in it for that level. I've just noticed Timo Momo is now supporting on Patreon as well. Wow, thank you. It's worth mentioning if you want, you know, if you feel like you would like to support the channel just for $1 or something. There's about 8 or 9 videos on Patreon at the moment that haven't been released yet. You know, so they get released each week. You see a video from 9 or so weeks ago. I'm trying to increase that to give people, you know, Patrons more content and stuff. And there's also a unique, you know, like a Patreon exclusive on reversing the JEDEC related to a GAL. That was on the Sega Megatech board actually, and just some stuff I did there to check the, you know, to understand the address decoding and check the address decoding. But as more time goes on, and it's on my list of things to do in the next week or two, I'll add more Patreon exclusives. You know, you're not missing out if you're just a YouTuber and you don't want support on Patreon, but just, you know, a few extra things. That's all it is. Some of the stuff, you know, shown on my channel in other ways and things, you know, at some point in time and stuff anyway. So you're not missing out if you don't do that. But, you know, just $1 makes a huge difference. That's why I was blown away with that donation from Timo before. That's incredible. Grumpy Modeler, I bet even runs Doom super smooth. Yeah, we could try that as well. Let's do that. Sorry if you can hear me hiccuping and stuff here. I've got a little bit of wind. It's all this Coca-Cola. nearly knocked it over then. It's not on there, it's on Games 1. Just thinking Metal Gear might be there actually. Ah, there's something I can show you as well. Let's show you that before Doom. I'm not sure if you've seen this. Let's do run. Spectrum emulator. Hang on. Got to try and remember what the key is now. I've changed the brightness, then I reset it. I think you do load program, don't you? So let's, I don't know, select one here. We'll do. What should we load? Iridium. Let's try that. We'll do run. You can put pokes and things there. It's incredible, isn't it? 48K Spectrum on an Amiga. Yeah, I gotta get some more Spectrum tapes and stuff on there and have more of a play around with it, but it looks really accurate, doesn't it? I saw a little bit of tearing there, but the colours and everything, it just looks and sounds just like a Spectrum. They nailed that emulator, and it's a really old one as well. I don't think that's a recent emulator. If you saw that now, just like that, you'd go, oh, it's a Spectrum. You wouldn't think that's an Amiga. How'd you get out of it? Yeah, help. There it is. 1994 Wearsoft. That's incredible, isn't it? And of course there's the C64 emulator as well, Frodo. But as I've mentioned in a few different videos now, the problem with that is you need... I'm just reading Suroro's comment there, watching 144p. I thought it looked blurred. Well, I'll tell you what, this camera, it's a PlayStation camera. PS3 one. So it's not going to be, you know, the icon there, me, is not going to be high resolution. Yeah, so Frodo, the problem with Frodo, the C64 emulator, you need an RTG graphics card, really. But anyway, so that's that. Doom I was supposed to be going to there, wasn't I? What happens is I get sidetracked. I think, oh, I'll show you this, and then I see something else. Metal Gear was what we were looking for before I went off on a sidetrack there with Payback. Anyway, let's try this. I think I've got the music working on this. I can't quite remember. Let's just... Yeah, we have. Can you hear the music there? Let's just turn it up a bit. It sounds really quiet now. Gone from one extreme to the other. See the capture device there has got that blooming on-screen display thing again, just to annoy me. It's WASD again. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me above the music there. But yeah, you can get music and sound effects. I didn't know that. It took me ages to realise that that was an option. Look how well that moves, it's incredible. Yeah, I don't think you could get it to go any faster than that, really. It's like the frame rate is nuts. It's so fast. It's hard to even see. Well, for my old eyes it is. There we go, it's level 1 done. And I think when I demonstrated this, I was having problems at the doors, because I just couldn't find the key. It's just the spacebar thing. There we go. That was when I did the review. I did that review. If you watch that review and you show me, you see the bit where I was showing Doom. Every time I went to a door, it was like a pause for 2 or 3 seconds. When I watched it back, I was sat there thinking, I bet people think there's some sort of like loading going on or something. And oh my god, that card's awful. Every time you get to a door, you've got to wait 5 seconds. That was just me not being able to find the spacebar. That's all it was. It's just funny that it was always at the door. You'd think after the first door, my thumb would have been on the spacebar ready for the second door. I don't know what happened there. Is the music still there? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can just about hear it. It's like an ad-lib engine they've sort of gone with or something. It's quite good how they've managed to do it though with the limited number of channels. The fact you've got sound effects and music. Oh, I'm right in the face. It's a secret, isn't there, just round here? I used to know where all the secrets were on this. Now, I can remember some of them, like this one. Backpack or something, yeah. But, yeah, I can't remember all of them. The ones on that first level, actually, I found myself replaying that first level a number of times. I still can't find one or two of the secrets on it, which is weird because I thought I knew them all. What I do remember is with Doom, they kept updating it, didn't they? You know, there was so many different sub-versions of it as they kept patching it and fixing it stuff. And then I think on the final one, was it Final Doom or Ultimate Doom, they did change a few things where they added a few more secrets and things in. Oh, it crashed. That's interesting. It's the first time that's happened because I've played Doom pretty... Oh, it didn't crash. Oh yeah, it did. It's probably just because it's getting hot. Could be wrong. But I have played, I think I played up to about level 5 on Doom, so I played that again for, you know, quite a period of time on this 060 running 94 and no issues at all. We'll just check the temperature again when it boots. Assuming it boots. It is booting. Slow view, Jet Set Willy, yeah. I've got. It's a love-hate thing with Jet Set Willy. What my memory of Jet Set Willy is, when I got my Spectrum, it was one of the games I had, but I didn't have the copy protection for it, and I don't know why I became obsessed with the fact that it must be a really, really good game because it's got copy protection. So I would load it, and it's like, I forget what it was now. It's like you got to enter 2 digits, didn't you, or something? So I'd like, well, there's only 99 combinations. Surely I'm going to get it eventually. So I'd like, 1-1. And I'd try 3-1, 4-1, 4-5, etc. And I'd load it like dozens and dozens of times, and a number of times I actually got through the protection. And when I got through it, I was like, oh, this is a bit crap. It's just Manic Miner all over again. Error 42, I'm only an hour late. Yeah, you've not really missed anything. It's just really me just showing a few games and things, and I did show some benchmarks at the beginning there for the latest firmware. Error 42, hang on a minute, gadget is at a desk and not on the carpet. I know. There's no space on this desk though for anything else. That's the problem. I've got a desk in there, but it's got loads of bits and pieces on it. What I really should do is put all the bits and pieces on the floor and move on to the desk. But I've just got into a routine of being on the floor and all my stuff's on the floor, and I don't know. At some point the plan is to move to a larger house, I think. And then when I do that, I'll have a dedicated work area set up and stuff. I just realised I need to let the cat out the kitchen actually. Anyway, let's just check the temperature. Any suggestions of anything you want me to try before I get off? Yeah, it's still a bit high, 48.9. So we peaked at about 50. I guess, it's one of these things where what you should do is use, you can use the commands, can't you, with the TerribleFire card to change the CPU speed on the fly. So you should probably, most of the time, run at 50, and then occasionally when you want to run a demo or a game for, I don't know, a period of time, just do that. But I just always run it at 94, so it'd be interesting to see how long it lasts and whether I kill my Amiga. Hopefully not. Just thinking about it, I had that temperature thing up before, didn't I? It could be that's causing some problems, in terms of crashes, because that just sits there. Can't show you Quake because I need a full 060. I show that on the TF1260 video that's coming up soon. That does run really well. Let's have a look on Games 1. Yeah, the Dread demo's on there. We've seen that though. I think I'm surprised if anyone hasn't. I'm just wondering what happened to... Oh, I got Raid Over Moscow. That was a new game. I've not played that yet. You've tried Night Mode, seen... Oh, there it is, Metal Gear. Don't know, I didn't see that before. There we go. So it's another MSX conversion, isn't it? But it's enhanced. It's got, Amiga music. I think you can actually put it into like classic sound effects and music mode, but yeah, it's really nice, this. I hope Hoffman does some more of these games. Sweet. And obviously the graphics have been enhanced here for the Amiga as well. Hang on, got to press return. Yeah. Of course, if you've played Metal Gear Solid, you're kind of aware of this whole interface thing, you know, the way you get these little cutscenes where you're communicating with people on the radio and stuff. And it's the same sort of gameplay, isn't it? You've got to sneak around, you've got to be stealthy, you've got to avoid the cameras, avoid the, you know, alerting the guards. Go for the stealth approach. Hang on, call again. Is it fire? Yeah. Probably need a 2-button control or something, because I think I was supposed to answer that call and I didn't. You don't have a weapon at the start either, do you? I think you could have gone and find a weapon. Oh. Oh. That noise makes me laugh. I've noticed that noise being used a lot on people's channels actually. When they see something, you know, something is shocking, they use that sound effects, don't they? It's come from this game. Got a ration. I always like the way these trucks, it's like the TARDIS, isn't it? Look how large the back of that truck is. There's a PC Engine game where they did that. Got a card there. Oh, I'm about to die. Is that binoculars? Yeah. I don't know what anything does in this. Some dogs there, look. Fire buttons don't seem to do anything. Sneak up there. Behind this box. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got to watch out for him. Can he see me going up there? Nope. Hang on, I've got to watch out for that top one. Sneak past him there. Oh! There's going to be a soldier in one of these. Oh, there isn't. Hey, a gun. You can finally shoot people. Got no bullets though, I don't think. Oh! God. I'm glad they don't, glad they don't follow you out the back of that van. And I got the card, didn't I? Can I open this door? I think you might need to select it. No. I'm not sure if there's a key needed here, like a, you know, a button. Because I'm looking at that icon in the bottom right. It's like maybe I've got something selected. Anyway, I'm not going to get anywhere with that, I don't think. Let's just have a look at comments, just see if anyone's got any ideas of anything they want to see. Click it off. Game descent would run pretty quick. Yes, it does, but you need a full 060. The build that's out there won't run on the LC processor. TMMO, nothing wrong with the floor. Yeah, that's a good point. It's just, wherever you work, it's worth taking ESD precautions, you know, wearing ESD wrist strap, just because some of these old chips, they're getting rare. You don't want to take any chances of killing them with static electricity. Stephen says that's why the card was designed to clock switch, so you could use fast when needed. Yeah. Exactly. So, you know, I'm overdoing it by, well, I've been running this for 3 or 4 months at 94 megahertz. I played UFO quite a lot actually, you know, 3-4 hour sessions at a time. It never overheats, never crashes. I mean, we have seen a couple of glitches tonight, but I think that's probably just a consequence of, you know, when you go into something and then you come out of it in WHD load, I'm not sure it frees everything up properly, because I find that if you load something from a fresh boot, you can play for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But as soon as I start going in and out of games, at some point I always get some sort of glitch. Morgan Just Games, hello everybody. Hi Jamie. Yeah, check out Jamie Morgan's channel if you like Amiga stuff, because he often does, every fortnight there's a stream either on the Amiga or the C64. He plays lots of cool games and it's always fun to watch. And he does some really interesting vlogs as well. Oh, you're alright, Jamie. I'm okay. I'm a bit tired. I've had a really busy day tidying up today. My wife's been away, so I've spent the last 6 hours tidying up before I did the stream. Grumpy Modeler Kanami means my wife in Norwegian. I didn't know that. Interesting fact. RWX Designs. All you've missed is Chris getting killed a lot in every game he's played. Yeah, that seems to be what it's like for me to play games these days. These old games, I used to be able to play so well, and now I just get my A handed to me. It's too rare this game has made a stealth game because of sprite limitations. Mortgage games. How many games has he played? Yeah, I don't know. Not very many. We've only just gone in and out of a few things, really, just to demo how it's running. Mike Simcox, hey Chris, happy Easter, mate. Yeah, thank you very much. Happy Easter to you as well. I mean, it's almost over now, isn't it? Bank holiday in the UK, but back to work tomorrow. Stream health's not good. I'm getting a red light here. Hey Gadget Chat, recently got my CD32 set with the TF330. That was an interesting experience. Luckily, I had a friend who was super knowledgeable, awesome to assist with. Fantastic. Yeah, the TF330 is really nice. But there's also the TF360, isn't there? An 060 accelerator for the CD32. I think Stephen said he may do another run of those, so maybe at some point I could have a look at one of those. That would be cool. Because I'm going to need to buy another 060 CPU. Mind you, I've got one or two LC ones actually as spares, so that shouldn't be a problem. Manitaban Misanthropy. Sorry if I mispronounced your name there. One of my favourite games is Syndicate. Yeah, Syndicate is a really cool game. I played an awful lot on the PC. Ravi Abbott. Hello! Ravi Abbott is a cool guy, DJ. So check out his channel. He does a lot of, what do you call it? Like DJ stuff using Amiga. It's quite cool. Syndicate on Amiga was great. Yep. Looking forward to playing on CD32 when I get back. So if I, for some reason on the TF360 production version is being grumpy. Right, I think I'm going to get off. Because, yeah, I've nothing really more exciting to show you and stuff. We could just summarise for anybody who didn't see at the start. If I just go into systest, sysinfo rather, you can just see how staggering the TF1260 is. Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired, and the echo has been bothering me all night. It just keeps making me stop saying what I'm saying mid-sentence. There's nothing worse than hearing yourself 50 milliseconds after you start to say something. Did I just press that twice? I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm losing it. There we go. So yeah, 70,000. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? It shows 7.09 there, but it's amazing. It really is. I'll just go back to the EHIDE, I think that one is. Or is it the bottom one? Yeah, there, 4.7 meg. Absolutely insane. So thank you very much to Stephen Leary for all his hard work over Christmas on the complete rewrite of the firmware. And that's the thing, it wasn't just a small change, he completely rewrote it to take into account some of the things he wanted to change. So like, it had a chip RAM speed limitation. In fact, I can just show you that just before I go. If we go into Space Gun, now this is really interesting actually. The previous version of the firmware, if you played something like Space Gun, yeah, it didn't. It felt like it was just like a 500. It felt like there was, some limitations there, certainly on the chip RAM side of things. And you can, I can see a huge difference with the rewrite. It makes the game more playable than it is on a 500. I'll try and find the blooming thing now. Again, it's so small. Here we go. NS LMNOP. There it is. Space. Where's gun? There it is. Yeah, I need to have a shave tomorrow, I think. Yeah, so I always thought this game just ran just a little bit slow, but now it's just like, for me, it's super playable. I've played the heck out of this just because it runs so well. Is it space? Yeah, there we go. This feels like one of the best ports actually, because it feels very arcade-like. You don't get very many enemies on that first bit there. It introduces you kind of gradually to them. You get one here somewhere. Yeah, but I notice a huge difference, as I say, the old firmware swapping to this one. I was shocked at how well it runs now. I was always a fan of this type of game. I like this, and I liked Operation Wolf, Operation Thunderball. Taito just seemed to nail it, really, didn't they, with this kind of game. There was another one as well, wasn't there? A Line of Fire, but the home ports for that I wasn't impressed with at all. Got to watch your temperature on your gun, that little red bar. You just sort of hold fire down and you overheat. Froze that one. I need to get off in a minute where I can hear Rosa actually wanting to come out of the kitchen. She probably wants some more food. You can shoot those little windows in the background. But yeah, you try playing this on a 500 and you'll see it's quite slow. On something like this, it turns it into a just totally different experience. Now that can work against you actually, because if you try playing Operation Wolf, Operation Wolf is way too quick. So yeah, that's always the problem when you go to a faster machine. A game that was slow runs nice and fast. A game that was okay suddenly runs too fast. But I think that's the sort of thing that can be fixed with the the WXDL slave driver. Like that. Anyway, see that works fine. Right, I'll just catch up with the chat and I'm going to get off. It's just gone 9:30. So thank you very much for all the comments and things and the support. Thank you very much for the donation there. Much appreciated. I'm sorry if I've missed your question there, because I've not been able to keep tabs on chat while I've been waffling and playing there. Oh, and hi everyone, new TF1260 firmware. Yeah, it's probably not that new because it came out around Christmas. It was like end of December. But it's new to me and I hadn't got around to doing the video just to show it. So if you join at the end of the stream, it's worth just having a rewind back, just look at the benchmarks and stuff at the beginning and just listen to what I was explaining there about how much better the firmware is. And this obviously is running at 94 megahertz now on an LC processor. So a huge achievement. Stephen's done an amazing job again. The TF4060 video, like I said, will probably be next week. So yeah, okay, thanks very much guys, thanks for joining, thanks for the comments, sorry if I missed your comment, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.